Divine life. The deeper a man's love of God is, the greater is his spiritual knowledge, in due proportion to his capacity and depth of love. The final consummation of the love of God is union with God. Love of God is inborn in a man by virtue of his spiritual evolution. May we live in God? To realize God is our duty. God realization is our birthright. Develop strong yearning for God realization. Have a confidence in the self. Be self-controlled. Be fiery in our determination. Stick to our resolves tenaciously. Cultivate a very strong faith in God. Do total self-surrender and obtain her grace. May we be established in God consciousness. Now let us discuss about the secret of the nature of the Atman or Brahman. The Supreme Self or Atman abides in the chambers of our heart. It is the substratum of this world, mind, prana, life, body and senses. It is Satchidananda. It is immortal, infinite, eternal, ever pure, ever free, perfect and independent. It is one without a second. It is truth and wisdom. It is formless and attributeless. Yoga is the state wherein there is no sankalpa vikalpa, thought or doubt. Yoga is the control of mind and its modifications. Yoga is the equal state between Jivatma, soul, and Paramatma, God. The word yogi signifies an aspirant or a student in the path of yoga as well as a full-blown developed adept in yoga. He who is fully established in the highest nirvikalpa samadhi, superconsciousness, is a yogi. He who practices yoga is also a yogi. A Raja Yogi is otherwise known as Dhyana Yogi. Dhyana means meditation. It is the continuous flow of one idea of God. Raja Yoga aims at controlling all thought waves or mental modifications. It concerns with the mind, its purification and control. Hence it is called Raja Yoga, King of Yogas. It is otherwise known as Ashtanga Yoga, yoga with 8 limbs. A sutra means a thread or a foursome or terse, saying each sutra is pregnant with high sublime ideas. Without the help of commentary, it is difficult to understand the meanings of the aphorisms. Just as flowers or pearls are studded in a string or a thread, even so philosophical or spiritual ideas are studded in a sutra or thread. Food, ahara, sleep, nidra, fear, bhaya, and caution, maithuna, are common to both animals and human beings. But man has got intelligence, power of discrimination, viveka, and power of inquiry, vichara shakti. With the help of these special powers, he can realize his self and can know his true nature. Even devas, gods, are envious of human beings because Deva Yoni, divine species, is mere Bhoga Yoni, enjoyment. They can enjoy only with a Devic body, divine body. Man has got both Karma Yoni, activity, and Bhoga Yoni. He can do Nishkamya Karma Yoga and attain Jnana through Siddha Suddhi, purity of mind. He can take recourse to various yogic practices for spiritual unfoldment and can become a full-blown yogi in this birth. Horses and dogs possess minds, but they have neither discrimination nor intelligence nor vichara shakti. Hence, it is not possible for them to attain freedom. We will find in Yajñavakya Smriti that Hiranyagarbha was the original teacher of yoga. Patanjali Maharishi is only a compiler or explainer of the yogic principles and tenets taught and practiced by Hiranyagarbha and others. Yoga is a restraint of the thought waves. Now we proceed to explain the system of yoga philosophy in brief and bring home to the readers the salient and vital points in the yogic system. Yoga teaches how to control the vriddhis, thought waves of the mind, and get freedom. Yoga teaches how to curb the outgoing mind and attain one's pure state of bliss by going beyond the mind. Yoga teaches how to transmute the unregenerate nature and attain the state of divinity. Yoga is a complete suppression of the tendency of the mind to transform itself into objects, thoughts, etc. Raja Yoga is an exact science. One can ascend the yogic ladder patiently through its different rungs. The highest summit of the ladder is Samprajnata Samadhi, superconsciousness, wherein all the samskaras, mental impressions, which bring about successive births are absolutely fried up. The 8 limbs of Ashtanga Yoga are Yama, self-restraint, Niyama, religious observances or canons, Asana, posture, Pranayama, restraint of breath, Pratyahara, abstraction of senses, Dharana, concentration, Dhyana, meditation, and Samadhi, superconscious state. This is one kind of classification of yoga. Karma, Upasana, Raja Yoga, and Jnana. This is Yogatraya, threefold yoga. Upasana is Bhakti. Another classification is Mantra Yoga, Laya Yoga, Hatha Yoga, and Raja Yoga. Mantra Yoga is recitation of mantras as Om Namah Shivaya of Lord Shiva, Om Namo Narayanaya of Lord Vishnu, Gayatri, etc. Laya Yoga is Kundalini Yoga. Nada Anusadhana, concentration of Anahata sounds of heart, is also Laya Yoga. Laya means dissolution. The mind is dissolved in God. Hatha Yoga relates to the restraint of breath, pranayama, asanas, bandhas, mudras, etc. Ha and Tha means the union of sun and moon, union of prana and abhana. Hatha means any obstinate practice till the object or end is achieved. Hatha is sticking to some spiritual practices. Mauna, vow of silence. Prataka, steady gazing. Crystal gazing, standing on one leg, a kind of austerity, etc. are all Hatha practices. Hatha Yoga is not separate from Raja Yoga. It prepares the student to take up Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga is concerned with the breath, prana, and the physical body. Pranayama purifies the pranamaya kosa, vital sheath. Then there is communion with the Lord. The word yoga comes from the Sanskrit root yuj, which means to join. By the practice of yoga, the individual soul, Jivatma, is united with the Supreme Soul, Paramatma. Yoga means union with God. Then all samsara, cycle of birth and death, comes to an end. Yoga kills all sort of pain, miseries, and tribulations. Yoga frees one from the samsaric wheel of birth and death. Yoga gives various powers and liberation through jnana, self-knowledge. Therefore, drink the elixir or nectar of immortality and become a yogi. Tasmat yogi bhava Arjuna. Gita chapter 6 verse 46. Union with God is the goal of human life. It is the be all and end all of our existence. It is the summum bonum. The Lord Ishvara of Raja Yoga is a special Purusha person who is not affected by the 5 afflictions and the fruit of actions and desires. His name or symbol is Om. He is indicated by the monosyllable Om. He is omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, etc. Learn the yoga under a guru preceptor. Then only will we be able to understand the subtle points. Get practical lessons also from him. Then alone one will grow rapidly. Guru will remove our doubts and show us the right path because he has already trodden the path himself. He will point out the pitfalls, snares, etc. that tempt and deceive the aspirants on the path. He will inspire his disciples. Just as water flows from the higher level to a lower level, so also the grace of the Guru flows towards the disciple if the latter has a true receptive attitude and sincere faith in his Guru. Just as electricity flows from a positive charge battery towards the negative pole, even so the power, energy, love, wisdom and spiritual current flow from the mastermind of a yogi towards the lesser mind of the disciple. Even in cooking and typewriting, we want a guru to guide. When such is the case with ordinary matters and secular sciences, what to speak of the science of yoga that treats of sublime spiritual matters and transcendental questions? The mysteries of knowledge are handed down from guru to disciple. Books also can help us. They will inspire us. They can guide us only to a certain extent. We will have to practice for the self yama, niyama or the rules of right conduct before we approach a guru. We can start the minor practices, asana, pranayama, some concentration exercises, etc. with the help of books. Books written by realized persons can serve the purpose of a guru till one come in personal contact with a realized yogi or adept. One can also get help from senior aspirants in the path of yoga. Make a program of the life. Draw up a spiritual routine. Stick to it systematically and regularly. Apply diligently. Never waste a single minute. Life is short. Time is fleeting. That tomorrow will never come now or never. Stand up with a firm resolve. I will become a yogi this very moment. Gird up the loins. Do rigid, constant yoga sadhana or yoga abhyasa. If we are very sincere in our practice and if our mind is filled with burning vairagya, dispassion and keen longing for liberation, mumukshutva, we can reach perfection within 6 months. Puran Chand's Guru had initiated him into the Narayana mantra and given him a small murti, idol of Lord Narayana for worship. Puran was regular in his worship and did not omit repetition of the sacred mantra. But there was no sign of the idol blessing him. So he went to his Guru and asked him the reason. The Guru smiled at Puran and said, "Well, son, take this idol of Lord Shiva. I shall initiate you into the Shiva mantra. Worship Lord Shiva with faith and devotion. He is considered as Bholenath and is easily profitable. He will bless you soon." The next 6 months saw Puran Chand immersed in japa and worship of Lord Shiva. The idol of Lord Narayana was placed on a dusty shelf in the puja room. After many months, Puran Chand once more went to his Guru and complained that his worship of Shiva had brought him no result. He begged him to give him the murti and mantra of a devata that would bless him. The Guru smiled again. The time for enlightenment had come, yet he felt the disciple would learn from experience. So he said, Putson, in this yuga, Mother Kali is Pratyaksha Devata. Worship this image of her and repeat the Navama mantra and you will obtain her grace. This time, Puranchand had no misgivings whatsoever, he had full faith. Kali worship commenced. Shiva joined company with Narayana on the shelf. With devotion, Puranchand was waving incense before the image of Mother Kali when the fumes rose up and reached the shelf where the other two idols were kept. Puranchand was enraged. What right had Shiva to inhale the incense intended for Mother Kali? He had refused to be propitiated when he had tirelessly worshipped him. It was Mother Kali whom he now worshipped. In great anger, he took down the image of Shiva in his hands and began to insert cotton wool in his nose to stop him from inhaling the incense. Before he could accomplish his task, however, the idol disappeared and before him stood the Lord. Smiling in all his mercy and compassion, speechless with wonder and amazement, Puranchand prostrated himself before the Lord, who told him to ask for any boon as he was immensely pleased with his devotion. Puranchand answered, "My Lord, I am much perplexed. You did not design to bless me when I devotedly worshipped you and repeated the Panchakshara mantra for 6 months, but you suddenly chose to reveal yourself to me when I had discarded your image and given up your worship. What is this mystery, O Lord?" The Lord answered, "My child, there is no mystery to be explained. How could I reveal myself when you treated me as a mere image, as a mere piece of metal worshipped or thrown away according to your whim? Today you treated my image as a living presence when you wanted to plug the nostrils with cotton wool. Thus you revealed that you recognized my living presence in the idol, and I could no longer withhold myself from you." Speechless and enlightened, Puranchand bowed once more and was immersed in his love. He could ask for no greater boon, for in his love he found fulfillments. Vritti literally means a whirlpool. It is the thought wave in the lake of Chitta. Chitta is the mind stuff or mental substance. It takes various forms. These forms constitute vrittis. It gets transformed or modified, parinama. These transformations and modifications are the thought waves, whirlpools, or vritti. If the chitta thinks of a mango, the vritti of a mango is formed in the lake of chitta. This will subside and another vritti will be formed when it thinks of milk, milk vritti. Countless vritti are rising and subsiding in the ocean of chitta. These vrittis cause restlessness of mind. Why do vrittis arise from chitta? Because of samskaras, habits, and vasanas, desires. If one annihilates all desires, all vrittis will subside by themselves. When a vritti subsides, it leaves a definite impression in the subconscious mind. It is known as samskara or latent impression. The sum total of all samskaras is known as karmasaya, receptacle of works. This is sanchita karma, accumulated work. When a man leaves the physical body, he carries with him his astral body of 17 tattvas and karmasaya as well to the mental plane. This karmasaya is burned by the highest knowledge obtained through asampranyata samadhi. Modification is a vritti in the mind. When the vritti subsides, it assumes the subtle state of potency or samskara in the siddha or subconscious mind. This potency again becomes a vriddhi under suitable conditions when the mind comes in contact with sensual objects or through memory of objects from stimulus within. There are degrees in the vriddhi or modifications that arise from the mind. One can check or control the lower vriddhi with the help of higher vriddhis or transformations. For instance, anger is a lower vriddhi or a vriddhi of a lower degree. Shama, forgiveness, is a vriddhi of a higher degree. With the help of Shama, one can control the lower vriddhi, anger. He can become a Yoga Ruda, one who is established in yoga by controlling all the vriddhis of mind. The yogi does not annihilate himself by controlling all the vriddhis or modifications of the mind. By suppressing the transformations of the mind, he acquires great powers. He becomes adept or perfect being, Siddha. Although the mind is one, it passes into many conditions or states, as it is made up of three qualities, gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas. All these qualities enter into a variety of combinations. The modifications or vriddhis of the mind are also various. Peace of mind is a sattvic vriddhi. Lust is a rajasic vriddhi. Laziness is a tamasic vriddhi. By destroying the vriddhis one by one, the aspirants gain more and more mental strength, manasik bala, and spiritual strength, atma bala. Do the practice and feel the strength, the self. The annihilation of even one vriddhi will give us strength to destroy the second vriddhi that is tormenting us. Patience, perseverance, and persistent sadhana are necessary. How difficult is it to get the MA degree? How much more difficult should it be if one wants to attain the state of immortality and absolute freedom? Just as we remove a small pebble that causes irritation to our feet, so also we should then and there remove every vriddhi that torments the mind. Unless and until we are able to do so, we have not gained any real mental strength or spiritual power. Just as we extract a tooth and then chuck it away, so also we should extract a disturbing vriddhi and cast it aside. Raja Yoga teaches how to extract or root out the disturbing thoughts. We will have to pay a heavy price for mastering this yoga.
Oh.